Day 93 under the dome. With necessities growing dangerously low, who knows what spark will set off this powder keg?
I can't take another minute in the stone! First of its kind, the first dome anywhere.
Dome with Bamfomania, the world's greatest freestyle rap and comedy podcast. If the beat drops while you're talking about it, you got to rap about it. And if you enjoyed this, you probably enjoyed the content over at patreon.com/Dome with Bamfomania. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. I'm David.
Alex is here. Richard, get that fucking naked ass can. We just
Put the
talked about
koozie on it.
Put the koozie on the fucking can. I gotta turn up Richard. He's got no audio.
Richard's here because our guest bailed.
It's unfortunate.
Happy to sit in.
We're happy to have you sit in too, Rich. Richard,
I must say, you guys are looking hella professional out here, yo. Look at
Thank
the
you.
You mean
setup.
the equipment and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking tits. Yo.
Shout
It's looking good.
out Justin for contributing the monitor.
Sure.
I offered it back. I was like, yo, take this monitor back. And he was like, nah, man, I support the show. It's my
Hey, that's
Justin
big
impression.
ups. Big ups.
Yeah, I agreed. That's,
Okay.
I mean, that's more than I would ever do for the show. Like a show I wasn't involved. I've obviously contributed a ton to. If I was just like hanging out with a group of guys that were doing a podcast, I probably wouldn't donate my monitor.
I think he believes that we helped him.
And I fucking love that.
You guys probably did. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have a lot to offer.
We did
and
help him,
experience.
you know?
But just by telling him all the shit
Bro,
he was doing
I showed
wrong?
that guy how to color correct. And you know what? His clips look great.
probably-
What's his page called again? Like Feel Good, something like that? Or
I think his page is aka dot.
no, he has a film. He's got a video production page.
Yeah, it's like the Comforts or something
Comfort
like
Zone or something like that. I can't, whatever.
that. Fuck it, I'll link it in the description. Hopefully I remember to do that. Listen, I want to ask you guys something because every time I'm at Target or Walmart, I see fucking Pokemon cards, Magic cards, baseball cards, and they just look cool. And I just want to get some. But it's so dumb and kind of I'm trying to convince myself how I could buy some fucking Pokemon cards and not be a loser.
You can't.
You can't?
First of all,
it's not possible.
First of all, you're dumb. How dare you say they're dumb?
Okay, I knew Richard was going to have an opinion about this. Magic, I remember liking...
He likes Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, he likes Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm a collectible on Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
Not so much like I don't care about rarities and cards.
Yo, you be a hoe. Me, I'm in the streets collecting Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Got a big ass deck and I throw it around. All the homies want to see my cards, they start to hound.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, Magic, the Gathering. This the shit I play, yo, on my body lathering. With soap in the shower, I play this game. Yo, I got the power cards, yeah, this shit ain't lame.
And I might buy a couple baseball cards. Even though baseball's retarded and I don't like it. I'm about to go watch the game on Tuesday with a kid.
You gotta respect that baseball card deck. That was the thing, that the origin and shit. No one would have Magic or, I don't know, Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh!
How about this? Rapper cards. That'd be hard if there was like, yo, you got a fucking Charizard.
Tupac.
Our boy,
Kid Dami.
Kid Dami. Shout out to him. We'll probably get him on again soon.
What I'm saying is there could be like a professional level rapper card company. Like the way that they're putting out Pokemon cards, they could be putting out fucking rapper cards, dude.
Okay, so Pokemon, there's an actual game involved.
No, but
it.
it's a lot of yes, and Magic. There's a game too, and Yu-Gi-Oh. There's a game, but a lot of the shit on the sports side, and even on the Pokemon side,
I would
it's
argue,
collecting. It's catching them all.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
I'd argue even in the games where there is an actual strategy game, there's even tournaments where you can actually play. There's still a side of that game where it's collectibles. Like, you know what I mean? You don't even use certain cards in the play because you have it as a shiny.
I
or
think
something.
the game is kind of dumb. I don't really give a fuck about the game. I think just like the cards look cool.
Okay, so I was the exact same way as an infant when I was collecting Pokemon cards. I never played the game, but I gathered a pretty extensive collection because I did think that they looked really cool, and I would have them in my little booklet, and I just flip through and look at them because they just looked sick.
And then you're like, this one has fire.
But yeah, but it's also just buy. I just bought the art of pants. Shout out Pants on Instagram. Sent me that shit. Signed it personally for me. It was good stuff. Get an art book or something, or maybe get a book of the art of Pokemon or something. And because the card thing is a scam unless you're all in. All hobbies are that way. Hobbies are a scam unless you're all in on that hobby. Because most hobbies nowadays you can't just casually be into.
You could casually be into a hobby that is an actual game. Like for instance, like I've collected enough cards to where I can create a certain amount of decks to actual play people. And they're good enough cards to where I'm actually good.
I think
you're actually
like,
playing though.
But like I could play, but I haven't played in years.
Okay, but
it's
I
one of
think it
those
would be
things where
cool to
it's
just
both.
have like, I don't know, maybe you have 200 cards, 300 cards, and then you're keeping track of their value, and then you're slanging them, and then you're buying ones that you like as if they're stock, sort of. Like maybe that's a fun way of coming at it.
I do think that in the modern card game, as far as the value is concerned, the value comes from like old shit, like age or rarity, and to get rare cards isn't easy. And there's this new trend with people who collect and sell these trading cards where they will show up at Costco because they have insider information that Costco's going to have this huge drop of Pokemon cards. They will buy every single pack of cards in the drop. There will be multiple people at the same Costco fighting each other for cards. I've seen videos of this shit.
Of people like fighting, walking out with like just full pallets.
So this is
They have signs saying you can only buy 2.
and that's to my point. It's like you have to be all in. Yo, these hobbies these days, you can't just be casually engaged with it. You gotta go buy all the expensive drone shit and the VR goggles if you're gonna fly it.
Oh my God, I'm an old dude without a hobby, other than getting fucking sloppy. That's my favorite thing to do, and believe me, I'm really all in, dude.
My hobby is getting sloppy from my boo, but my other hobby is going to Top Golf with my bros, and I gotta have a whole packet of clubs and just to whack it.
My hobby is getting domed for my boo. My other hobby is catching all the Pikachus and putting them into a little book that I can show to my other friends, you know?
I put them in a book that I can flip through and look at them. I love looking at them. Yo, Mama Champ is great, and I love his face and my Geodude. Yo, I don't mean to be rude.
See, if it was Pokemon, I mean, if it was rappers, I would feel like, oh, I have an interest in rap music.
I think I know how we do this. So there used to be a popular video game series called, I think, like Def Jam. I think it was just called Def Jam, like Def Jam New York or something like that. And it was a fighting game, much like Street Fighter or Tekken or something like that. And if the card game could be associated with the fighting game somehow, like they would need to reboot Def Jam. Do you know what I'm talking about? That video
I'm
game
looking
about?
it up right now. I don't.
It was, you know what? I should be the one looking it up, low key.
on the fucking screen, yeah.
I said low key. Sorry, guys. I know I said I wasn't gonna do that.
It's hard to stop, though.
The Def Jam game. So
Def Jam
this was a
games.
fighting game. Maybe we can get some gameplay.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of this. I think Rakim brought this up, or maybe it was Kali Soul brought this up. You could play as like fucking 50 Cent and fight somebody.
Oh, no
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So instead of like DC characters or like
it's
Tekken
rappers,
characters, yo, that's
And
hard.
I feel like this is the same.
Bro, it would have been way
concept.
better if there's a storyline to all the characters too. You know what I mean?
We got Exhibit versus who's Magic? Damn, it's kind of violent.
Sick,
let's see, let's-
sick ass fools.
We got Doc versus. Okay, some of these guys I don't know.
You know what it is? I think probably a lot of the time they have to use like people who seem similar to the actual rapper because they like the company who made the game doesn't have the rights.
Can I ask you something?
Did they only get the rights to Exhibit?
Like what? Like I know Snoop Dogg's in everything, but like what if they did like an actual video game like they have those. What do you call those games? GPA? No. GTA, where you like run around doing story mode, but you're also like free roam. What if you're like a rapper, like going through their story mode? Like, you know what I mean?
Literally
Like,
a part of there's something like that in San Andreas.
Well, you get a record deal.
Yeah.
It's already there. Like the essence of that is already there, but you take like stardom to its next level.
What I'm saying is, it would be cool if like there was like a company that made, let's say they dropped 300. They would have to get the rights from like Universal and Interscope and all these places, and they made like 300 cards, and it's like fucking classic rappers and then modern rappers and then like a bunch of like hot artists, and then that would be like a rite of passage. Like once you've made it in the music industry, this company would make a card of yours, and then you could get the cards graded by fucking PSA the same way that they're graded, and then that would be a whole other lane of collectible cards that I feel like is untapped, bro, because all the other shit is sports are for fucking normal ass people.
How do you? Okay, so the market for cards is either children or adult enthusiasts. So those are the markets you're hitting, whether it's Pokemon or whether it's like baseball cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic the Gathering cards. Technically, Magic. They're a little bit of an older crowd for Magic, but
sadly,
yeah. But it's still a thing where you need to, with this idea that you have, how do I target old enthusiasts, but also you have to make it appealing to kids because they're going to be the main demographic. If in order for it to be successful, it has to be.
This is how you make it successful. You intertwine both new and old generations by on the back of the card there's a little scanner, and you scan it and you get like your home screen, and your home screen does something new. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's interesting, but what I'm saying is the card appeal would be the same thing. The cards would be appealing because they look cool, and then also you're a fan of the artist already. Like fucking 14-year-olds like BLP kosher. If there was like a BLP batch of cards, yo, I'm a fan of BLP. Not really, sort of. I mean, like, I think he's kind of lead when he's on the sheet. And he do that thing with his hands. And he got the hair like those fucking mans.
I got that BLP card, and I got the first edition of that Mexican OT card, and that is very hard, yeah, and I'ma play them against each other, see what happens, yo, my brother, I'm gonna be your lover.
Yo, and I got 3 versions of Lotto, I feel like I just hit the lotto, cause he's just a hot hoe.
Whoa.
And I wanna fucking kiss her pothole.
I wonder if Def Jam could make a new video game, and they have Lotto and she's fighting you with her big yam. She's gonna slap you in the face with her big old titties. Wait, yo, did I win or did I lose? I don't even know, it's a disgrace.
There's probably some type of limitation, cause litigation will be
well,
like,
no,
hey,
back in the back in the day, Def Jam, whoever made this game, video games used to be better because they would get a lot of funding to make the game. That's a big problem. And they probably could just pay these rappers for their likeness and whatever. Nowadays, I don't think there's few and far between rappers who are going to be like, yeah, put me in that game or whatever. I don't know. I don't see Travis Scott taking anything less than like a fucking $1 million for his likeness to be used in a Def Jam game, and I assume the developers don't have that kind of money.
And it would be the same thing for cards, you're saying?
No, I don't think the cards would work unless there was something to attach it to. We need because
you do need something to introduce it to get it started. Just get it kicked off, because he's right in the sense of collectibles. You don't need much. Like there's so many types of people.
Why do people collect baseball cards? It's literally just
same,
like
it's the same thing.
Well, there's already
there's dedicated people to that, so you could find the same level of like dedication to that, but it all stems from, at least they have Major League Baseball to showcase. You know what I mean? They have statistics.
Statistics.
Prospect. Oh, bumbleclot on my statistics.
What they do, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, that was just one thing I wanted to bring to the table. Also, there's a massive shortage. I went to 3 places trying to get just like a pack of Pokemon cards.
Why? For you?
To scratch my itch. I just wanted to open one and see them. You know what I'm saying?
I hope you got the traditional. Cause
I
like,
didn't
all
get
the
anything.
new
There
shit-
are none.
There's no traditional. You have to. They don't sell old cars. I
Yes, they
remember.
do.
There
Yes, they
are
do.
no cards at Target, Walmart. Fucking, they're all sold out
You're
everywhere.
talking about
bro.
the original 150.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking.
You're not gonna find
No,
a fresh pack of the.
Pokemon. That's Pokemon. That's different.
The new ones are still like coveted. Like when they drop a new batch, people still like want the new shit. Like it's not only the. You're right. The car that's gonna be 10 grand is gonna be like an old one, but people still are fucking going after the new ones. And there's rare whatever. The point is that shit's sold out everywhere. I like it's not easy to buy.
I remember. Okay, so I made my own trading card game with my best friend in elementary school. He didn't go to the same school as me, but we lived next to each other. So I would be like, "Yo, come over," and he'd be like, "All right." And we had a bunch of index cards. You remember index cards?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
You could buy those at the store.
Oh yeah, study cards.
Yeah. So I had a bunch of blank index cards. They didn't have the lines on them, and we would just spend hours making up our own monsters.
playing?
Yeah, our own monsters with their own stats, and then our own there's monsters and there's like what would you call
Effects.
effect cards? Yeah, like sort of like traps or whatever the case. We'd make our own versions
there's
of that.
magic cards. There's versus monster cards.
Ah man, I think cards are cool.
Have you guys watched that movie Ready or Not?
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
movie.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I love the concept of how like the family's dedicated to games, like the whole upbringing that like the tradition of the generational family that the guy started out the family with just a small type of game, a card game, and eventually the dad like got into buying NFL teams, sports teams or whatever. Like the level of game shit, but
I haven't seen Ready or Not. I thought I did.
It's a good one. I enjoyed it.
I watched one that's there's another movie called The Hunt that came out around the same time as this, and it's a thing that Hollywood does where they release two movies with like the exact same premise
At the same
at
time.
the same time. They've been doing it since like the 80s.
Just to confuse you and have you watch both of them.
I don't know what it is.
I
but
don't think it's intentional. I think
it is.
I think
It
society,
has to be
no,
intentional.
Society puts out this need for certain things to fill voids, and people like, hey, we should
There's
fill
a-
this void because
there's
it's a
a name
good
for it.
opportunity, and they both do it.
You
at
know
the
what
same
it
time.
is? You know what it is?
They
If-
did it with Pirates of the Caribbean and Master Commander, bro. I was
I
so
disagree.
I think what
Those
it is.
two are very different.
I think what it is the people who aren't tapped in might accidentally watch the other movie and drive traffic to it and profitability because they wanted to go see a different thing that they saw the trailer for on TV, but now they fell for something and they're watching it different.
It's a twin film, that's what it's called. If you're industry, you're gonna get blackballed. If you copy my movie, I'ma fucking get you fired and put you in an oven.
Whoa, I'm in the oven now like a cake. Yeah, you know I'm getting pretty baked. And I'm watching this movie that I hate. Cause I thought it was something else when I arrived at the gate.
Yo, I'm thinking about like Deep Impact, Apollo 13, that's a fact. Those were two movies with the same premise, and they came out in the same year. What the heck, bitch?
Yeah, these movie premises are parallel.
Parallel.
Yo, someone please send me back to hell.
Send me to hell.
I wanna go back home.
Burn for eternity. Oh yeah, so twin films. This isn't giving me a list of twin films though. Yo, you gotta hit that vape away from the mic.
Oh, dude, I can hear it. You're right.
Is that the
How about-
yeah, that's absolutely. What are some other examples? Why don't we just let
Well,
me see it real quick? I want to.
vape?
Yeah, I want to see if it works on my
I want
mic
to hit
too.
my vape. It's a good flavor. too.
It does. You can sort of.
Yeah, you hear that.
There's a thing.
He just wanted an excuse to hit it.
Interference.
No.
Okay, White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen. You
Same
remember?
movie.
Same
Yeah,
movie.
same
They're both about falling.
They're both about falling,
Going
and they're
downward.
both about the White House and protecting the president from
Wow, Olympus Has Fallen is just synonyms.
And there's
White House,
I think there's a
Olympus,
sequel
down,
to that
fallen.
movie too.
Yeah, well, Olympus Has Fallen, I think, has a sequel, or one of them has a sequel.
I think one of them
Whichever the one is with Gerard Butler has a
That's
sequel.
the one that won. They got more attention.
Let's see. Mirror, Mirror, and Snow White and the Huntsman came out the same year. There were two Hercules movies that came out in 2014.
Why?
This is what I'm talking about. It's not. It's an intentional thing. To say that it's an accident is.
I'm not saying
bonkers.
all the time
They're
it's
like
an accident.
they're
but
both
I'm saying
they're profiting off
Friends.
of each
Remember the
other's
movie
marketing.
Friends with Benefits
I do think
with Justin Timberlake
Yes.
and
Yep.
what about No Strings Attached with? Oh wait, I was
Same
actually
year.
talking about Justin Timberlake. No Friends with Benefits was the one with Ashton Kutcher. You fucker.
But like,
Actually,
okay,
I might have that wrong.
I
Same
do
guy.
think I do think those are examples of society filling needs because they wanted movies like that. And
The Illusionist, The Prestige,
Very
same year,
yeah.
same year.
happy with both those movies.
They're not bad.
Both of them.
Prestige
are
is
great.
way better.
Way
Don't
better.
The
even-
Illusionist is good.
Illusionist
still.
was amazing.
Illusionist is good.
I've never even
Prestige,
seen The
way
Illusionist.
better. You've seen the.
I don't.
It's
know.
got a Paul
I think-
Giamatti.
I've
I
seen The
think-
Prestige
I think
for
the
sure.
Illusionist had a better like setting. Like the whole story in itself was cooler, but the Prestige was way more climactic.
The
or
Prestige is a better movie at the end of the day. I mean, they're both good movies, but the Prestige is sick.
it's
the
sick,
Prestige
but
is
the,
so sick.
Yeah, the Illusionist is
I need to re-
amazing.
I need to
Edward
rewatch
Norton
The
is
Prestige.
Edward
A
Norton
Bug's
is,
Life and Ants.
Oh yeah, that's totally
was
fucking
wild.
parallel.
There were 2 escape room movies that came out in 2017.
That's dumb.
Happy Feet and Surfs Up
Well, that's
came
just
out at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was the same creators.
No, this is what I'm talking. This
Damn.
is what they
I
want
got
you to.
caught in that
yeah,
one. I got caught.
that's
in
a
that one.
trick that they are
But
hoping will happen.
I don't know if I've seen either one of those fully. I never intentionally watched those movies. I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Dante's Peak and Volcano. Anyway, we could go. There's so many. It's and they're called twin films, and it's bizarre because there's another subgenre of film called mockbuster, which is like made super low budget, and it's even more like instead of Transformers, it'll be called Transmorphers, and it'll be some like CGI thing that looks almost like
people in India won't tell the difference.
right, it's, or your elderly
Gotcha.
grandma who wants to pick up a video because these are things that are like $3 in the checkout line
Yeah.
at Vaughn's or whatever. You'll see Transmorphers in
Have you guys ever been caught in that? Like
Never.
Like growing up as a kid, you were like watching it, and then you're like, "Oh, this is how it was." Like my friends tell me about Dragon Ball Z.
I did download the wrong movie once and
no.
watched like 37 minutes of what I thought was one thing and was like, this isn't what I'm trying to
That's
watch.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like my friends from Mexico. They grew up watching Dragon Ball Z as cartoons, and they're like, "Oh, it's not made in Spanish." You know what I mean? Like they're weirded out that it was.
They just thought it was Spanish.
Yeah, well, growing
They
up,
didn't realize it was dubbed.
and I always thought it was English.
Well, I
You know
always
what
I watched The Simpsons in Spanish for a long time and never realized. So I mean, but I realized fairly early on that it was dubbed. Like there was a moment where I was like, I heard Bart's voice in English and thought, yo, this is totally random. I thought these voices went tandem. The voice characters were disrespected. And yet the past was neglected.
Shout out that bad bitch Nancy Cartwright. If you need a voice done, then she gon' do it right. Shout out to Yardley Smith, yo, Lisa Simpson. I love that whole family. I wanna get it in.
Yeah, and shout out my dude who did Troy McClure. I forget his name, but oh my god, he is one of the best. I'd have him tattooed on my chest.
I just realized I said wanna get it in with Lisa Simpson, and she's like maybe 10. I should have clarified, yo, I'm maybe talking about Marge and stuff. Yo, that would be so nice, yo, I'd get her stuff.
I'd love to barge in on Marge, doing something with a guy whose piece was large. Yeah, I'm so fucking hard.
I'm hard as a rock.
Sorry.
The reason why I brought up that movie, Ready or Not, I know, I'm bringing it back, but is because like they introduced the movie with this idea that the family has a tradition of anytime someone gets married in the family, at midnight they have to play a game, and the game is to introduce that new family member into the game, and it depends on what card they draw or what game they play.
Does the game involve people dying at some point?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
It depends on what card they draw, kind of thing.
How about this? I buzzed my hair on my own.
Whoa!
And then-
Whoa!
And then I fucked it up so bad that my lady had to fix it, and it was because I got major social anxiety about going to the barber because I don't want to fucking chit chat.
Barber is intimidating.
It's so stressful, dude. I used to go to this barber when I was a kid. One guy, one guy, and then maybe there's a dude sitting waiting.
You should definitely go to a barber that like mainly caters to women, because then you're not gonna hear anything you don't want to hear.
Bro, last time I went to this guy, I was like, oh yeah, I was feeling good, so I hung out. But like, fucking 17 dudes in this spot. They're all chit chatting. They're making eye contact with me. Right. I'm like, oh yeah, And now I'm like,
if you go in there wearing that hat, they're
much-
gonna expect you to know about the A's.
right. They'll be like, what's up with that? I'm like, I'm gay. I don't know anything about this hat. You know what I'm saying?
How much are you paying for this haircut?
The haircut would have been
It
like,
was almost $1,000.
No, I really want to know because like, if it's like $18, yeah, that's what you're gonna get
no,
every
we need,
time.
dude. Here's the thing: barbers are already getting scammed. Barbers and hairstylists are not making that much money. That's the one job that I think AI should take over. Let me pull up, cut my hair cut by a robot, and get the
that.
fuck
Would
out.
that
Bullshit.
be so? Maybe it's like a helmet that's got like blades built into it that
That
just
is
sort of
insanity, bro.
And then you take it off.
You guys take care of yourself so much differently than I. Cause like I don't spend money on bullshit. Like I don't spend money on things.
The haircuts are bullshit.
Most of the time. Like it took me over a year to get a haircut last time. Like before.
Okay, but that's just because of the
I wasn't-
social anxiety, the price,
No,
the
it was
stress.
it was the style I was going with. Like, but when I do, I always spend extra money on someone I like. And if I find someone I like, I never go to anyone else.
I know, but like, here's
it's
the
very
thing.
important to me to be treated very well and cared for. And I don't just accept someone to just cut my hair. Like I don't go to a Supercuts or like.
Okay, I probably
Sports Cuts or
would
clips.
go to a fucking Supercuts at this point. Just to
check out the
not
Black
deal with the
Sheep
anxiety.
Salon.
I got a barber for you, bro. I got
Black
his
Sheep
card.
Salon, easily the most woke salon in Long Beach. You go there, they'll do you right, and they won't
Nah,
judge
dude,
you for being.
I got a
fat
guy. You
ass.
could play probably your own music if you want. He just by yourself.
I don't want
you
that.
schedule it.
I'm just gonna fucking buzz my own hair.
He's really
That's
good
the
with
way.
beards,
If you have a if you have a way to just do it yourself, that's the way to go. I
It's just
think.
my lady had to clean it up today because I fucked it up. But
You have your girlfriend is or your fiance, your wife, whatever it is. She has the fucking skills.
it's so stressful to like because it's free. She's been cutting my hair for like 4 years now, and I feel worse and worse about her doing it because I want it done fucking
certain way.
every other week. And and I want it a certain way. I
I don't let girls
I tell
fuck
him
with my
like
shit,
I'm like, yo,
'cause-
make me look like I just got out of the fucking military. I want to look like Toby Maguire just came home to his brother fucking his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Is it something about girl barbers? That,
Yo, the worst thing about that movie is that dumbass child actress. I hated that little girl actress, and at one point she lies. She's like, "Mommy and your brother have sex all the time because she doesn't love you," and it's just a straight up
Starting
lie, and to her PTSD riddled dad in that movie.
And then he destroys the kitchen.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
beer me up.
No, but here's the thing. I just think that if you don't have long hair, maybe this is just my own fucking perception of myself. If you don't have long hair, you gotta buzz that shit. If you're gonna be a fucking, or you gotta have a
Richards looks pretty good as far as a non
right.
buzz.
I think Richard's fine for like a civilian.
Fine.
But it's only gonna
Fine.
be. It's good for like.
It's the best I get out of
It's
this,
good for
fine.
like 2 weeks.
No, but also I feel like if you're, it looks too like classy. Like I don't want to look like a corny fucking dude from a movie who has a girl. I want to look like I fucking fought dudes all across the world. I want to look like I got an edge, you know, and not on the fucking top of my head.
I wanna look like I could be in a cool book, or maybe in like a cyberpunk movie, and I'm shook. Yo, put me in an Alien or RoboCop. Yo, that's my hair, friend.
It's so corny to put gel in your hair. I don't want to walk around and act like I care about my appearance. I want to wear a hat whenever I want and not have to feel weird about taking it off.
Hats are sweet, hats are sick, yo. Hats are all that is, yo. I love wearing hats, yo. I'm not wearing one right now, but he's wearing a hat, and that's cool, yo. Oh wow, and I forgot that I wasn't wearing a hat, and that's wow.
I want to be able to wake up and look like I'm ready and not have to go fucking use my hand and water real heavy on this fucking one part and fix it and then fucking go eat brisket.
I love a good brisket, though.
Dude, it's just like anything other than a buzz cut is fucking maintenance. It's too much work. and that's where I'm at.
I think the algorithm thinks I'm bald because they keep advertising this thing that's exclusively for bald guys, where it's.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can just sort of rub it around your
Yeah.
shit, and it just
catches all the hair.
Yeah, and it
Is
doesn't.
the one in the shower too? Where
I
you get
think
water
so.
resistant?
It's a thing where like if you have like lumps on your skull, it's not gonna fucking shit. It's not gonna cut it up and whatnot.
Maybe it needs to be cut up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, I'm slicing off all of the moles on my skull with this thing.
How come there's not mole removers?
I think
Because
this is like a thing that needs to be done professionally.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but like, why not? Like,
It-
you should
that
have
might
like a
be-
patch to like some like dry ice or something like freezes it and then it just rots it off and like
well,
a
it's
day
not
you
a
just
it's
pull
not
it
a
off.
wart, but I do know that there is like surgery for mole removal. But I think that it has to go in deeper. You know what I mean? There's like weird because I think that technically moles are like cancer.
Yeah,
No,
they're
like all
they're not active. But
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like,
I think
it's-
your body's pushing him off your body, kind of.
Right.
Like,
It's
keeping it separate.
It's cancer, but 9 times out of 10 it's benign. But
I went-
every now and then it's malignant.
I went to the dermatologist and officially figured out that the thing on my foot was a wart, and she was
Oh,
like,
shit.
"It's your parents' fault. They kept you too clean as a kid."
Really?
you
That's
gotta
what she made
expose
that
people,
joke
bro.
3 times. But you know,
because that was when you got warts, was as a child.
and I never got them.
That's gotta be.
She
it.
was like, "If you don't get them as a
I've had
kid."
this one. I've had this one for over 10 years.
So I have this one on
it
my.
hasn't gotten bigger.
I have this one on my hand, and I believe it's because I picked my foot so much, not knowing that it was a wart.
Oh, my God.
I had some weird foot shit like last week. Richard was privy to it was some weird like they were like wounds on my toes, on the bottom of my toes, and I think it was just from them being compressed in my shoes and walking around. But I also think
we got to the end of this. I think it's because there was too much moisture in your feet and they wrinkled and then
Yes.
they cracked
Yes,
when they
it
dried
was,
out.
It was a thing where because I noticed that the wounds were in the shape of like how when your fingers get pruned when you're in the water too long. But it was annoying for about a week. I had these weird little slits on the bottom of
it
my
reminds
toe.
me of that time when I forgot what battleship that went down and the people's flesh just
Galactica.
I'm
No,
wrapping,
it's- but
I'm wrapping
the
my
idea
foot
of-
in duct tape right now, bro.
What?
But
The lady told me to wrap my foot in duct tape and she gave me some cream to put on it and told me, get duct tape and wrap your foot in duct tape. I got
doesn't
duct tape
sound
on my
healthy.
foot right now.
Doesn't sound healthy.
Dude, that's John Turturro in Fuck. In the movie Fuck.
The movie Fuck?
No, he's in this series called, I think it's called The Night Of, maybe. I might be wrong. But it's he plays a lawyer who's defending this Arab guy who is accused of murder, and he has severe eczema, I want to say.
And he's wrapping his shit in duct tape?
And he has to like tape up his shit with saran wrap or whatever, and he's leaking all over the place.
Ugh.
I think it's.
I know.
Oh wait, is The Night Of that one with? The Night Of is that Seth Rogen Christmas movie? Is
I'm not.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not resonating with either of those.
My friend had a bunch of warts on his knee.
no, it is The
And
Night
he,
Of.
he just took a nail and just had a torch and he just continuously heated up the nail, burned one off,
Ugh.
fucking heated up
Oh,
again.
you know what?
Burn it off.
She told me to that we're gonna treat the one on my foot with the cream because she doesn't want to ruin the tattoo. And I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Because she says that once the foot gets fixed, then maybe my body will fight this one off on its own.
How about this? Can you tattoo a wart?
Ew.
That can't be good because the tattoo is like piercing your skin.
This is some gnarly pictures, guaranteed.
Well, you can technically tattoo over a wart. It is generally not recommended due to the potential for spreading the wart virus, HPV.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about HPV warts.
I think all warts are HPV in a sense. And I got one when I visited the islands. It was spread around my knees. And then I started burning it, don't you see?
What are you saying? Are you saying there's a bunch of kids out there with HPV? That is pretty crazy to me. Yo, these kids out here all dirty. Yo, they got the HPV and they're not even 30.
I think warts are generally the same kind of virus. And they spread, oh my God, all over your skin and bones. I got warts all over my globe.
I'm gonna have to Google search this. Are all warts HPV, bitch? Cause I'm pretty sure that can't be be it, but if it is, then I'm gonna take a shit.
Taking a shit. I'm really. She did mention HPV without even testing me. She just was
You
like,
just look like a guy who would have HPV. Yes, all types of warts are caused by the human papillomavirus, HPV. Yo, I had HPV as a child.
I still have HPV.
Richard's got HPV right
I
now.
got HPV in my ass.
Damn, dude, I got fucking HPV. Oh my lanta.
Is it anus considered genital?
It feels like it.
So it's genital warts.
Some people are using it like a genital.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, how about this?
Yo, that's something that we just learned today. Everyone has had HPV probably at least once. If you've had a wart,
Yeah,
you're
or just HPV.
I can't believe I had HPV when I was 8.
Maybe there's like a different like wording for this that we're not comprehending. Like maybe
Well, the different wording is human papillomavirus. Papillomavirus.
what do you think of this? I whenever a black friend messages me a emoji with like a dark skin tone, I immediately think to myself, man, this dude's an activist. But when a white guy does it, I'm like, relax.
My white uncle messages me the black fist. Like you, that means that he's set it to that. I just keep it yellow.
I'm just like, yellow is safe.
I mean, yes.
As a white man, yellow is safe.
I'm a fan of The Simpsons. Make it strategically changing it to the white skin tone.
That's-
I mean,
See,
first of all,
that's
you're a ginger.
That's
It
just
should be
white
as white as
supremacist,
possible.
basically.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
If you're repping white emojis, you're a fucking Nazi, dude.
It's when you're taking the extra step to change your emoji
white.
from yellow to the proper white skin tone.
No, yeah.
I totally see that. I'm like, that's not happening.
And if I was sending you an emoji and I sent you like a brown skin tone one, I would feel like all of a sudden I'm a Black Panther. I'm like, I went through the trouble
sometimes
of identifying as brown.
I will do it to be funny. Sometimes I'll switch it to the black fist as some like right on sister or something like that.
Yeah.
But literally
How come they don't have a red one?
for what?
For like trying hard, like sweating. I get really red.
Oh, like a
For a guy with rosacea? Yeah, I identify as a man constantly with inflamed rosacea.
Like an angry fist that's red.
Let's say what you want to say. You're talking about the indigenous people.
That's not-
There's nothing there. They got a brown one for them.
being a native sucks.
It does, man.
It's the most frustrating thing. It must be.
There's a movie that kind of I didn't even realize that like it still sucked being a native.
Well, I have
until
a question.
until I watched this movie. That's not me. Richard.
Oh, my sister Maria.
Oh, well, we put it on speaker. Let's get her on. You got to hold it up to the mic though.
Yo, Maria, you're on speakerphone.
You have anything you
on podcast?
You have anything you want to say to the world?
Hey.
Hey.
I'll be giving you a call back. Sorry, a little bit busy. All right, you have a good one.
Bye.
Maria.
That's a safe gag. Take the call on speaker.
What up, Buttercup is very funny.
Yeah.
That's like a classic like white phrase, I think. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah, dude.
I haven't heard that in I don't even know since the last time I heard that. Shit.
it's like a you're getting on my last nerve or you're on thin ice. These are white phrases.
Jeez
I think.
Louise.
Jeez,
Yeah, I gotta read it. I gotta read it to that. Like,
Jeez Louise. He's got a brother named Louise, or a sister,
My
and
mom-
then a brother named Louis.
My mom will say
Yo,
golly sometimes.
their whole name is off by one letter. They have the same middle name, same last name, but they have the same name except for one E.
Weird.
Yeah.
They should fight for the name.
Do you want to pull up a video?
Yeah. I think we're about to hit a freestyle.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I'll pull up the video after that. But if they were to fight for the name, who would win? Because I feel like that's a decently.
Honestly, Louise.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a
Louise,
fair.
100%.
Louise is the sister, and Louis is kind of small.
Yeah,
a small
he's
dude.
also the baby of the family, so like,
Although
he'll be breaking down in tears.
he's been ballooning lately.
Oh, like wait.
Well, when you're almost 30 and you're not doing stuff to make sure you got a hot bod, then you're gonna balloon. We know that is true. There's many cases. We have friends who have real fat faces.
Yeah, it's hard to have people see. When you're turning 33, you start ballooning. But me, I started when I was 13. So it's been something easily transitioning for me.
It's pretty smart to do the preemptive balloon. That means that no one has something to compare it to. They can't look at you when you were a tiny little dude and see you now and then try to be rude, being like, yo, you looking like a cow.
Feel like Jonah Hill. My weight up and down a hill. Wish I could fix it with a pill.
You can.
Well, it's an injection.
Oh, never mind then.
I thought, there's not pills too.
Ozempic is not a pill, apparently.
No.
I thought
You
it.
have to fucking inject it in your leg.
So it's like, oh damn, dude. Well, you gotta earn
Let's
it.
get nitty-gritty.
They're making you earn it.
Earn it. That's like the hardcore shit. All the hardcore shit that you need, you gotta inject that.
Nah,
shit.
but the Ozempic pill is way. I mean, the Ozempic injection is way easier than a hormone injection. Like a hormone injection got to go like deep into your fucking ass.
Dave, if you get up to 3 injections a week, I'm gonna start judging you.
I'm getting no injections.
Okay, good.
0 injections.
You're off the trend.
I'm off all things.
You're off the trend tadalafil. You're
now
off the.
I'm only taking blood pressure medication.
But you are taking it via needle.
No, orally. It's oral. Taking it
Oral
in
sounds
my mouth.
dirtier.
Okay, either song of the week, the baseball clip, the pastor one's pretty crazy.
What are the?
I mean, I'm going with Tony Soprano.
Okay, well that was
It's
just
not as good. All right, song of the week. I just see the word Tony Soprano and I'm like, hey.
We should watch it later.
Oh. Starting it over.
From school.
But he never looked at me as something more.
She went to Harvard, dude.
Here's the thing. I'm not sure if does she actually go to Harvard? All
No,
right,
she's
watching?
from Israel. Look,
I'm looking at her page.
this is what we're genociding my people for, so that this bitch can sing. Bro, she's not joking. This is serious.
The world. Is
Well,
a
let's
serious
watch another
place.
one. Why not? Oh, this is lip syncing. This is not an original. We need an original.
Go down a little. Go down further.
you sure that last
I
one
can
was
tell,
original?
I can tell which one she's singing in.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. There's like usually the ones in the bedroom. Yeah. See, the ones with hella views in the bedroom are her singing. Oh, what's that one with 73K?
That's a classroom.
Make it happy, find a situation. I'll be in sick and tired. Give me what I want. I wanna be into mine.
What is going
Here
on?
we are, you and me, like the strangers. People, my lip by lake. Call on grace, maybe can
She's gonna do
you love you, baby?
7
like
beats.
me, and then you'll see what your destiny.
Oh, this is from her. Okay, I get it. I can understand what's going on.
She's
doing-
rating her songs.
Well, she's also doing like a little bit of a preview of her EP, which maybe we can find somewhere. This isn't gonna put me on some Jewish ass site, is it?
What the?
I'm pretty sure this lady's got to be like 19 or something. Like, what's the?
She seems very young, but maybe she's in college.
She better be.
Why are we viewing?
Look,
her?
1,800. 1,800.
Look, she's
monthly
got a
listeners.
song with 22,000 listens. Maybe
Well, I
this one's
think
pretty good.
Spotify songs. I mean, Instagram songs count as Spotify views now. They're linked.
Here's the thing, yo, she's wearing a choker, and I'm like, oh my God, sir. Whenever I see a lady in a choker, everything goes out the window, and I wanna go broke, sir.
Yo, that choker calls to me. and it makes me want to go balls deep. Cause suddenly I'm imagining both my hands caressing.
I can't believe that the choker was invented even, because every time I see it I want to start shooting semen everywhere. That would be so prepare. Oh my god, in your hair.
The choker makes me hard. Suddenly I'm reaching for the lard. Yeah, and acting fucking smart with a girl who lives in a yard.
Yeah, the choker is so nice. I wear it on my neck once or twice, but I am a guy, so I get mixed reactions. It's inside.
That's not good. What are you gonna play? You're gonna play the Angel in My Sky?
Yeah, I mean, that is the most popular one.
Stop it, yo. What the fuck?
I think this is
You're on a dark path. You're listening to that shit.
This is about Israel and Palestine, I think. Angel in My Sky. It's about seeing the lighting up of the with the bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
1,000,000%. Of course. This is what that dumb bitch from
I think they named a certain missile that hit something. So the Angel in the Sky.
The Big Bang Theory was trying to do with her fucking book.
Let me read you these beats really quick. Mr. Rogers by Manuel, The Militia by XIV Music and Mulate, Swerving by Lex Factor, Cry For Me by 18, Miasma by B. Frankie, Storyteller by That Kid Goron, Milk and Honey by Fred Irie, No Reply by Noisy, and Click by Reese Beats.
It might be miasma.
Miasma. My ass. Ma.
Miasma.
See, I always thought it was miasma.
It might be miasma. I don't know.
Are you sticking around for the Patreon, Richard?
I would love to.
All right. Well, I guess we approve. Okay, let's do it.